Call Allah Imla, Al-Hayna, Yahweh, Bashim, Hawashai, Amashiach, Wa Malakia, Bahashim, Harawat, Wakakorash, Barakatham, the water by Baba, Wakwam Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily, and to the men out there teaching the light-wise doctrine and say Shalom. They're going to get into a couple of videos where Trump, he has placed a blockade of the ships that carries the oil to and from Venezuela. He blocking it all. Now, this is the thing here. I thought this was about drugs. So what you fighting drugs got to do with blocking their oil tankers? See how the truth eventually comes out, and eventually how their lies become exposed through their own ways, their own methods, their own confessions. Well, guess what? On one of the videos, this Trump confesses that he down there for the oil. He claims that Venezuela has United States oil and they want it back. How could that be when the oil is on their land? See, it's all wicked, it's all lies, and it's all covetous. This is why the Lord is going to put the spirit on these other nations to destroy the United States, because they won't stop the bullshit. They won't stop the lies. They won't stop the theft. They won't stop the murder. So the Lord is going to put the spirit on these other nations to blow this bitch up, and we can't wait. But before I play the videos, get a copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use of purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Check this out, y'all. Let's get it. Name of this video, Trump calls for a total and complete blockade on all sanctioned oil tankers to and from Venezuela. Those oil tankers ain't got shit to do with drugs, though. See? These people always tell on themselves.
President Trump's called for a total and complete blockade on all sanctioned oil tankers coming to and leaving Venezuela.
In a Tuesday social media post, Mr. Trump accused, quote, the illegitimate Maduro regime of using stolen oil to, quote, finance themselves, drug terrorism, human trafficking, murder, and kidnapping.
Now, you see, what's the funniest thing about that statement Trump just made? Is this not projection? Is he not accusing Venezuela of committing crimes that the United States is actually doing? And how is it the United States oil when it's on Venezuelan land? See, Esau think he has the right to just take whatever he wants. He think he has the right to just pull out a piece of paper and a pen and give himself permission. Well, it's mine now, it's not yours no more. What you mean? Because I wrote on this piece of paper that it's mine now. Children, you can't take something that's not on your land. First of all, Esau, it's not your oil because it was not found in Mount Seir or Mount Petra. That's the only way it could be technically yours. This oil is in Venezuela, land that was given to those people by the Lord, matter of fact. So it's not your oil if it wasn't found on Mount Seir or Mount Petra. That's theirs. Let's get the statement again. This projection, this man is lying. He's accused Venezuela of what they're actually doing.
Oil tankers coming to and leaving Venezuela.
In a Tuesday social media post, Mr. Trump accused, quote, the illegitimate Maduro.
How is he legitimate when the people voted for him? See, Trump trying to lie like this man is from a coup. No, the people voted for Maduro. And Venezuela's military only listens to Maduro. But see, this idiot, he doesn't know when his lies become so still that people just stop listening to him.
Regime of using stolen oil to, quote, finance themselves, drug terrorism, human trafficking, murder, and kidnapping.
Is the United States not guilty of all those things? And if Venezuela is guilty, where's the proof? See, they just lie on people without any proof, any evidence. They think they get away with it just because they're white. How did Venezuela steal their own oil? Explain that to me, dumbass Edomite. Goofy.
The president's order comes a week after the U.S. seized a sanctioned oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela.
The Trump administration also launched strikes on drug vessels in the Caribbean with the president.
You see how the news further the lies? Launching oil strikes on drug boats. You have no proof of this. But see, as we already know, the media doesn't need proof to lie on you, just like this government doesn't. See, Esau takes lies above and beyond. This dude lies on nations.
President repeatedly saying strikes on land will come soon.
See? Now, what if Maduro did that? What if Maduro brought his Navy to Miami and just started bombing tourists and then lied about they was bringing oil, drugs to Venezuela? And then he said that a land invasion is coming soon. What if this man did what this man is doing? Now y'all see the wickedness of Esau. This man has no problem lying on people.
While some lawmakers agree with the use of force, others are critical, calling for more information and accountability.
We're all in favor of stopping the flow of narcotics.
Where's your proof, Edomite? Well, you might not need no proof. I see you got a big ass nose that explains it all. Let's go.
Cocaine and fentanyl. But there are ways to do it without killing in this kind of combatant situation.
You cannot allow this man to be standing after this display of force, and I did not get a very good answer as to what happens next.
Lindsey Graham, they ain't finna tell your bitch ass nothing, no way.
The briefings come amid scrutiny of a lethal second strike on a suspected drug boat after an initial attack failed.
Suspected drug boat. Where's the proof?
Lawmakers are now pressing for the release of full footage from the September 2nd operation.
And the Trump.
Yeah, Esau believes he don't need proof to lie on you. And there's a scripture on that too. How their tongue walking through the earth, that lying ass media. Esau believes that if he tell a lie enough times, it'll eventually become the truth. That's not the case. If you tell a lie so many times, you prove that you are the liar that the Bible speaks of. Now listen, check this video out. Trump admitted the truth. He wants to take Venezuela's oil. But see, in the last video, he claimed that Venezuela stole their own oil. Goofy. I'm going to play about 3 or 4 minutes of this. Check this out.
They took our oil rights. We had a lot of oil there. As you know, they threw our companies out, and we want it back.
He said they took their oil rights and kicked them out. Now, why do you think they kicked you out of Venezuela? It's not because you were a good boy. It wasn't like you were a law-abiding businessman down there doing business dealings. You try to take shit. And them people ain't gonna let you take their shit. So they told you to get the fuck out of here. Now you in your feelings about it. These people don't have to share their oil with you, Esau. But see, he takes it personal. And now he want to start a war because these people said, no, you can't have our oil. That's why the Lord is going to put the spirit on these other nations to blow this bitch up.
Donald Trump has openly admitted that he wants to take Venezuela's oil. And top officials in the Trump administration have also revealed that the reason that they're waging war against Venezuela is they want to take over its oil. Now, if you know anything about the long...
Now, you heard him say take over. See, let's get a scripture. Book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. Esau is the most covetous thing on this planet. For such as one set of his own soul to sell, because while he liveth to cast away his bowels, ain't nothing sacred to these people.
History of U.S. meddling in Venezuela and the U.S. government's many coup attempts in Venezuela, this will not come as a surprise to you. Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserves, and U.S. corporations have been desperate to get access to Venezuela's oil ever since back in 2007, when Venezuela's leftist former president Hugo Chavez kicked out U.S. oil corporations and fully nationalized Venezuela's oil industry. This affected...
Now, let me explain what he just said. When you nationalize a resource, a country's resource, you make it so that the sales of that resource benefits the people of that country, and not oligarchs, not capitalists, not greedy-ass billionaires. See, the United States had a problem with them nationalizing the oil, meaning that the oil sales benefit the citizens of Venezuela. Esau wants it all for himself, and he don't want the Venezuelans to have nothing. That's why Chavez kicked their ass out. Esau will not do right. He think just because you give him a taste, he can finesse you out of all of it. And if you don't allow him to finesse you, that's when he takes you to war.
Three major U.S. oil corporations, ConocoPhillips, Chevron, and ExxonMobil, along with some European oil corporations. And Venezuela said that if these companies wanted to have any business in Venezuela, they could only have a minority stake in joint ventures that would be majority owned by Venezuela's state oil company, PDVSA. So with this policy, the Venezuelan government was saying that the oil of Venezuela belongs to the people of the country, not to foreign corporations. However, according to Donald Trump, Venezuela's oil belongs to the United States.
How? Watch this live.
Trump was asked about this by a journalist who pointed out that Trump has declared a full-on naval blockade of Venezuela to try to prevent Venezuela from exporting its oil to China, to starve Venezuela of oil revenue to try to cause an economic crisis that leads to regime change.
See how Esau, all he do is start shit? But that's cool though, because China got ships on the way. And Russia is in the midst. They're in agreement with Venezuela and China. Let's get some scriptures. This is this book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron wrestle, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not altogether been wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Verse 17. If adversity comes upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Every time. Chapter 13, verse 4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear and not be sorry for it. There it is. That's true intent right there. He want it all. He don't want you to have shit. Let's keep rolling. Chapter 14, verse 7, Book of Sirach. And if he do it good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. The envious man have a wicked eye, he turneth away his face and despiseth men. A covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion. Exactly, he wants it all. And the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul. John, Book of John, chapter 10, verse 10. The thief cometh not before to kill, to steal, and to destroy. I have come that they might have life, and they may have it more abundantly. Job chapter 9, verse 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, not where and who is he? Let's go to Micah. Micah chapter 2. Verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Exactly. The oil is the Venezuelans' heritage. Esau greedy ass wants that. And he's willing to murder for it, as we have already seen. Verse 3. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for the time is evil. Let's go to the book of Habakkuk. Chapter 2. Verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied. But gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Verse 8, because thou hast spoiled many nations. Spoil mean to rob. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Verse 9, woe to him that coveteth and evil covetousness to his house. That's the United States, because everything they got it unrighteously. That he may set his nest upon high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Verse 12, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establishes a city by iniquity. That's the United States all day.
So this reporter directly asked Trump if the goal of the naval blockade is to bring about regime change in Venezuela. And Trump responded by saying that Venezuela's oil belongs to the U.S., that U.S. corporations want to get access to that oil, and they want to control Venezuela's land.
See? That didn't sound like a partnership. That sounds like colonization and capitalism. Wickedness. You want to take their shit just because you don't want them to have it. And you think that's just. We told y'all these people were not created to be righteous. They're created to be the wicked. The wicked will do wickedly, and the wicked shall not understand, roughly paraphrasing the scripture.
Listen here to this clip. Unfortunately, the audio quality was very low because Trump was speaking right next to a plane that was very loud, but I added subtitles to Trump's very revealing admission here.
Just a blockade. Not going to let anybody going through that shouldn't be going through.
Who are you to tell them? Who are you to say who can and can't go? Who are you? Take your ass back to Mount Petra and sit the fuck down. God damn.
You remember they took all of our energy rights. They took all of
They didn't take shit. They told you to get the fuck out of the country. Now you in your feelings about it.
our oil.
They didn't take your oil. They took their oil back. This all this man does is lie.
From not that long ago, and we want it back, but they took it. They illegally took it.
They illegally took their own oil. I'm done. Man, let me come out of this. Psalm chapter 58, verse 2. Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye work the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. I mean, it's just mind blowing. Let's go to Revelation. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. At the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Who destroys the earth? Edomites. Let's go to Jeremiah. Let's show y'all what's about to happen to Babylon, the greed. It's not great, they just greedy as hell. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. And they shall set themselves in array against her, which means battle formation. From thence she shall be taken, their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. Those missiles. Right now, Russia has missiles in Venezuela that can reach Florida in 7 minutes. Verse 14, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Lord. Shout against her round about, she hath given her hand. Her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her as she has done. Do unto her. What has Babylon been doing to these other nations? Rape, rob, murder, pillage, and lie about it all. Verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. The Lord Yahweh have opened up his armory, and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldees. Verse 29. Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that been to bold camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she has done, do unto her. For she have been proud against the Lord Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. Verse 31, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. Verse 36, a sword is upon the liars, Babylon, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their horses, upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. So everything, see, that's all the United States been doing is robbing people and lying to the world. Just like you just heard this lie talking about some Venezuelan oil belongs to the United States. How? Just because you say so? That's why this bitch gonna be up in smoke. The Lord finna turn America into the world's largest ashtray, and we can't wait. Just to see this bitch get what they got coming. Go to Ecclesiastes. We'll get a couple more. This ain't gonna be a long video. I just wanted to hit some key scriptures, and all of them just came through the spirit for real. But I got a few wrote down, but most of the first part just came through the spirit. So let's keep rolling. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, where thy king is a child. This is the oldest toddler I ever seen. A 79-year-old toddler. Woe to thee, O king. Salakia. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11. Because sentence against this evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. They ain't got punished yet. They think it's cool. They think they're gonna get away with it too. That's how proud they are. The Tiny Top said they got the right to grape and everything. Yeah. Ezekiel chapter 22, verse 29. The people of the land have used oppression and have exercised robbery. There it is. And have vexed the poor and needy. Yeah, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. Verse 31. Therefore have I poured out mine indignation upon them. I have consumed them with the fire of my wrath, and Slacker, their own way have I recompensed upon their own heads, saith the Lord Yahweh. Everything y'all doing to other people and been doing to other people, y'all finna get all that shit back double. And I don't want to hear none of you Edomites crying about empathy. You don't know what it is. You never knew what it was. That's why you never demonstrated it. You try to downplay it like empathy is for the weak until you at the bottom, then you expect empathy. No, the Lord ain't gonna give you no empathy. Let's go to James. Verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. A nation of people totally against empathizing with any other people. But when you at the bottom, you expect it. You people are delusional as hell. That's all right, though. Delusion ain't nothing captivity can't fix. Mental illness ain't nothing captivity can't fix. Compulsive lying That's nothing. Captivity cannot fix. Your insatiable bloodthirst. It ain't nothing captivity can't fix. Get a few more. Let me see where we at. Ezekiel chapter 35. Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time of their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. Verse 11. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. And I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. Thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies from which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given to us to consume. This is what these people think. They think we were just created just for them to do whatever they want to us. And we just supposed to take it. Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and I have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate, as thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate. So will I do unto thee, thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Sounds fair to me. See what this one is. All right, we can finish up and go to Isaiah 59. Verse 6, their web shall not become garments, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity. The act of violence is in their hand. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting and destruction are in their paths. The way of peace they know not, and there is no judgment in their goings. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. That's why Venezuela is regretting ever dealing with the United States in the first place, because this is the shit the United States does. If they can't finesse you out your shit, they just gonna take it back. They just gonna take it at gunpoint. That's why it says, whoever goeth therein shall not know peace. Whoever does business with the United States ends up regretting it, because these people, it is very dangerous and unwise to trust the United States and the state of Israel. These people live for fucking people over and lying about it. And guess what? They're going to be judged for it. Let's finish off in Obadiah. Verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh hath spoken it. Verse 21, the Savior shall come upon Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. So no, you ain't gonna have Venezuela's oil. That's the Lord's oil. He gave it to the Venezuelans. You can't take it. And if you do, well, you can try. Your ass still going into captivity. But see, this is the thing. Lying, thievery, murder, raping, bestiality, homosexuality, worshiping false gods, all that shit you into, Esau. It's nothing that captivity can't fix. We gonna clean you up, baby. Call halal yimla lahai now Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai Hamashiach wa Malaki by Hashem Barak Bakak Warash Barak Thumb the Water Bible Ball Wakwam Yasharala. Shalom.